How would you feel if your boyfriend of 5 years said it's not that deep when you accused him of cheating? I'd gotten a text from my boyfriend's roommate while I was at work. His roommate asked me, "Hey, is there anything I can bring for the party tonight?" I tried to ask Gabby, but she hasn't responded. I looked down at my phone, confused. Gabby was my boyfriend's old childhood friend. The two of them were long before I met my boyfriend Leo, so I did my best to accept their friendship, even though it did make me uncomfortable at times. Plus, I'm pretty sure Gabby didn't like me from the start, so it was no surprise that she was throwing a party without inviting me. I text back, "Sorry, no idea, wasn't invited." I watched the 3 little dots telling me he's typing for what feels like a long time. Finally, he responds, "Hey, I don't want to cause any drama, but you know, the party tonight is a surprise birthday party for Leo, right?" That was when my confusion turned into shock and anger. Gabby and Leo told each other everything. It was one of the things that I found weird, but I ignored it so that I wouldn't be seen as the bad guy, surely. Leo told Gabby that I had made plans for us tonight, and they weren't just some dinner plans. I was taking Leo to a neon mini golf course that I knew he'd love. I had already paid a deposit and everything, and now it was way too late to cancel or reschedule. And why should I anyway? I'm Leo's girlfriend of 5 years now. Why wasn't I involved? I had to close my eyes and take a D-bras to keep from exploding at my desk. Leo had promised me many times that he didn't have any intimate for Gabby. We were neighbors in a small town. Of course, we ended up as close friends, was what he always said. I took another breath. Clearly, Gabby and I needed to have a talk, but it was a surprise party. After all, I can't blame Leo for something he has no idea about. Then my phone buzzed again. This time the message was from Leo. "Hey, so sorry, but I got to stay in tonight. Went to the doc, and they said I got the flu. Please don't come over. Don't want to get you sick too. Love you." It was an obvious lie his roommate would have mentioned if Leo was sick. My hands were shaking. That was when I decided I was done. If those two were going to go behind my back, I was going to make them admit they were lying to me. I texted Leo's roommate back and found that the surprise birthday party was at Gabby's place. Later, I was about to park in the parking lot for Gabby's apartment building when I saw Leo sitting in his car. He looked like he was arguing on the phone with somebody. As I walked up to him, he immediately hung up when I tapped on the window. The second he rolled his window down, I asked him, "At what point were you going to tell me about this party?" He looked scared and confused. "What party? I saw red. Are you kidding me? I caught you lying and now you're playing dumb. You could at least admit that you want to be with Gabby instead." Leo put his hands up. "Whoa, it's not that deep." I didn't respond. I threw the takeout soda I had picked up on the way and headed towards Gabby's apartment. I wasted 5 years dating Leo and being nice to someone who constantly treated me like garbage. It was time to give Gabby a piece of my mind. Take long to find her. Gabby was out on the balcony looking like she was waiting for someone. I could still feel my blood boiling, and apparently it showed on my face since party guests quickly jumped out of my way as I walked. I shut the door behind me when I joined her on the balcony. "Gabby, we need to talk." She spins around and looks at me, widely-eyed. "Why are you here? Sorry, are you expecting Leo? Since it's obvious the two of you planned on booting me to the curb?" "Wait, you don't know I was losing my patience and wanted to skip to punching her then, but I asked anyway." "No, what?" Gabby grinned. "It wasn't just tonight. We've been dating since before the two of you met, stupid." I was ready to lunge then and there, but Leo burst through the door. Wait, she's seeing Gabby's face turn white, made me hesitate. Leo grabbed my hand. "Look, I know this is going to sound crazy, but Gabby blackmailed me into coming tonight. She said she had old pictures of her and me kissing while I was drunk, and she was going to send them to you to get you to dump me if I didn't meet with her. I swear I have no feelings for her." Leo stared at me with pleading eyes while Gabby looked at me like she was ready to off me right there. I stared at one and then the other for a solid 3 minutes before shaking my head and pulling my hand back. Nope, I'm out. Those two were a horror movie waiting to happen, and I wasn't going to be a part of it.